Everybody, welcome back to the channel. We're here again, same characters, same stuff. E92 Drew. We have the G80 behind us. This is our Santorini car, and we're going to talk to you about phase 2, which now we're after BMW Invasion, which is where we unveiled the car. And Vorsteiner actually came out from Huntington and Cali to display with us and use this as the display car. For all intents and purposes, this is a full Vorsteiner build from an aero perspective and a wheel perspective, which is part of the phase 2 that we went with.
And a big deal.
Yeah, it's a big deal because these are the new, they're the FR 305 Aero wheels, which are the floating register. And we did a white gold finish on the face. Was kind of a collab between him and I. Like, he kind of picked the wheel. We knew we wanted to do one of the floating register designs, but we weren't sure which design. He picked that, and then I picked the color.
Because if I did, it wouldn't turn out the way it's supposed to. Maybe. I suggested bronze-ish. He said white gold. I poo-pooed the white gold, and then it turns out there's a little bit of bronze in there, which I think is primo and perfect. So let the master do the master work, and the donkey will continue to be the donkey.
One of the things on the wheels that I will point out is that we did go with the traditional polished lip on the wheel. We do a lot of wheels at the shop, and I always see black. Black rim, like black edge, like everything is black or gray or silver. I really wanted to have this be bright. A lot of the carbon pieces on the car, right up close, they're carbon. When the car goes by you at 35 miles an hour, which is normally how fast he drives, it's black. I just thought it would be good to do the gray center caps, traditional polished lip.
Like I said, I kind of poo-pooed it originally, but once we got them live and in person, before they even mounted to the tires, I was in love. I mean, I think it's absolutely perfect. I think the polished lip really completes the face. It's the floating register is amazing. That's probably the highest quantity of comments that we've had in person so far is like, what's going on with the wheel, right?
I think they fit well, and they have a super rich look and a super expensive look because they are not cheap. They are very expensive, but at least they have the look of that. We do a lot of wheels at the shop. Some wheels come in and they have an amazing presentation when you open the box. It's like from Pulp Fiction with the glowing the glowing box that you open with the wheels, and certain wheels have that. HREs have that, BBSs have that, Advan, like Rays, and Vorsteiner. With the Vorsteiner wheels, we went with the lip you guys are probably familiar with. We had this on the green/pink G80 that we built.
Also Vorsteiner.
Also Vorsteiner to match the theme. On this particular car, we went with the ABS front grille.
Yes.
Not the carbon, which the carbon is the one that we unveiled on the original G80 that we built. But it's obviously a different design, but it's made of the same material. It's an ABS plastic that's painted a gloss black. I didn't want to have the whole entire front bumper and every single thing on the car carbon. Which was my uncomfortableness with the pink car. I actually grew to love the way it looked, but when I first did it, I was like, I don't know, this is a lot of carbon. We went the other route with this. This has a really cool look because it looks OEM. If you didn't know that the grills were changed on this car, you kind of wouldn't know. The carbon fiber grills on my other car, everybody knew they were changed, and because we had the OE inlets here in carbon, we had the front lip on my other car, people thought the whole entire front bumper was carbon fiber. When we were in California, a lot of people would ask me, oh, is that the full Vorsteiner carbon bumper? No, it's not. It's super easy install. The carbon grills have a little bit more work on the install, and they look a little bit different because they come over the edge of the front.
One thing I want to talk about real quick, from an owner's perspective or maybe even a resale perspective for people watching this, it's really important, specifically on this chassis, all of the carbon M performance bits on the sides, like side skirts and the winglets, and then now the Vorsteiner lip, they're so angular with like 90-degree angles that they catch gravel. And as we're standing here, you can see some gravel in the corner over here, you can see gravel over here. The winglets catch it every single day. The reason I wanted to bring that up is for the boys and the girls watching this, when you do this stuff to your car, obviously we know you gotta drive different, but you gotta protect your investment. These things are not cheap. The car has not been PPF'd yet. It is going in for PPF next week. We're still not done with the full project yet. If you don't protect your lip after spending $97,000 on it, it's going to get scratched in a few years. We have more gravel and rocks down here.
Yeah, it's also low. It's also the first point of the car now. I PPF'd my lip and the grills before we took it on my cross country when we went to Monterey. I did it before Larry had the car. Him and his guys took it to many events, and it preserved the lip. The lip literally came back just as I left it. It was perfect. Same with the grills. The other cool thing that I'll point out about the Vorsteiner front lip is that it actually matches the weave with the M Performance. I used to have a lot of pet peeves about carbon fiber manufacturers and then BMW performance stuff. You wanted to mix it, but then the carbon is 2x2, one's 1x1, one faces this way. That doesn't happen anymore. This is super matchy. The direction is different because of the way that the lip is facing and the way that that's facing.
But it's pretty close.
The weave is very, very close, very similar. This car came with the M Performance side skirt on it. That's how we spec'd it when we ordered the car. That's also why it has the M Performance sticker on it. If you guys didn't know, that comes on it when you order the side skirts. One thing I'll point out about the wheels, we went with 20-inch wheels all around, which a lot of people call and ask questions about that. We actually did 2 different wheel versions on our other car. The first set I had was 20s all around, just like this, with the raised wheels that we ran for SEMA. And then when we switched to the Titan 7 wheels, they did the 1920 setup, which is OE size. For aesthetic, you know, the Vorsteiner stuff has function, but it is more of a form choice. It's a lifestyle sort of a brand.
Yeah.
So we want the best aesthetic. And to me, the best aesthetic on these cars is actually 20s all around.
Right.
If you're looking for a track setup, performance setup, probably the staggered 2019. Because these are the forged wheel from Vorsteiner, you can actually spec them whatever you want. They make 21. They will do a 21 rear, 20 front. They'll do 20s all around. They'll do 19, 20 front. The offset and the face design and all of that is spec'd specifically for a CCB car, a non-CCB car.
And I did all the math behind that.
Yeah, we had a special protractor that we used.
Yeah.
You know, the suspension that we went with is the ALS kit, the adjustable lowering spring kit from AST. It's still in pre-production. It's really close to launching. AST really worked hard on developing a kit that is the lowest adjustable lowering spring kit, and it has a great ride. So those will be releasing real soon. And you've been driving. I mean, how many miles do we have on those?
We have almost 1,000 now. It's crazy. You know how picky I am with ride quality. Historically, I've not been a huge lowering spring guy, but this particular setup using the factory dampers, it's awesome, man. Like, I don't have any of the road jitters from flopping around. Pretty stable in the turns. I'm very happy with it. I absolutely would recommend it. I think it's a great product.
It retains the factory EDC, which a lot of people pay for and they want to keep on the cars. But the other thing it does is it allows you to change wheels and do different things with the car. So if we have it set up now for these, and Drew decides, hey, I want to go to the track, we're going to put the Titan 7s on, we can lower the ride height. The last car we had, the roof box, was very controversial. Everyone was either upset by it, they were annoyed at me because the car has a carbon roof and you put a roof box. What do you keep in the roof box? We didn't do the roof box here, but we actually did a wing.
That's a wang. That is not a wing.
This is the Vorsteiner wing. You guys
Yeah.
are probably familiar with it from the F82 GTS. It has really similar risers to it. It matches the car. He's 50-50 on it. To me, I think it completes the whole like lifestyle Vorsteiner approach that we did on the car. It really makes it, you know, a lot of people really liked my boot spoiler that we had, the one that's on my green car. But this is another option, so we wanted to go with this one, especially with the black risers and everything. So it kind of ties in.
I like it. I am 50-50. You know what I think the hardest thing I have design-wise on it is not actually the wing itself. It's the removal of the carbon little lip. Without the carbon lip on this chassis, the trunk looks unfinished to me.
And that's an option.
So-
You don't actually have to remove that lip.
Well, I think it would look weird.
I actually made the call to remove it. It's personal preference. We're actually going to complete the diffuser another time with a Vorsteiner diffuser that they sent us. It'll complete the whole car. Obviously, from the last video, you know we have the Akrapovic octagonal tips. We did the Sexon delete of the reflector. You can actually choose 2 options. There's the
I don't know
horizontal
what you're talking
slats,
about.
and then there's the honeycomb.
Do I even own this car?
I don't know.
You did that? I didn't know.
To me, the stock reflectors really interrupt the body lines, and this is a really cool thing because it looks like it's OE. It really goes with the M2 competition, M2 CS style for the bumper. Now we're going to show you guys what we did inside the engine bay and some other special details.
My favorite part is under the engine. Not that any of this has really amounted to a dramatic difference in power, but we decided to go with the dry carbon Eventuri intake and engine cover, even though you can tell that the engine cover is not on yet, because the other super cool part that we decided to go with is the color matching powder painted CSF intake manifold for not only aesthetics, but just to keep the engine cooler in the event that Sean wants to continue to be a maniac and raise the power on this car at some point in time down the road.
All of the CSF parts, like the manifolds here, there's actually a transcooler that you can see through the grill. The heat exchanger is also there. The other question that comes into mind, protecting those because the grill is so open, there's actually grills on that now, grates or grills, however you want to call it, that protect those items. This has the full CSF upgrade pack on it. What's missing is the engine cover.
But it's missing because it's a little bit bigger and it actually blocks a lot of the blue. You can still see the blue on the intake manifold, but it takes away from the aesthetics of powder painting it, and we paid money to have it, you know, powdered. So we kind of want to show it off for now until we figure out if we're going to cut engine cover. But we kind of don't want to cut it because there's only 30 in the dry carbon, so I probably will keep that one when I sell the car. You also said that you recommended doing a Keys Motorsports carbon strut brace, right?
Yeah, we actually got it. I talked to Brian, he sent it to us. Theirs is actually an adjustable brace. It actually has adjustable components to it, which is the only one on the market, which is one of the reasons I wanted to do it, because it's a little bit more technical than just changing the brace out. So we'll do a video where we install the brace. It's gonna tie in, and it's actually gloss carbon, but I think the contrast is gonna be super cool. It'll be the gloss for that, and then it'll have the matte even cherry pieces. Honestly, when I got the car, the engine bay really annoyed me.
It's so unfinished.
It looks cheap.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's what everyone says. And it's a combination of the plastic currently not here,
It's non-existent.
but it's all plastic. This looks like it's made from pot metal that's cast. I don't understand what the deal is with that. And then it has this kind of like random engine cover.
Yeah, but they also didn't cover any of this part, right? They normally have like a big cover that
it's
comes.
weird. It does look unfinished.
Very
but like
unfinished. Thumbs down from BMW.
This CSF piece here, you know, is a billet piece machined and then powder coated, and it looks like it belongs in the engine bay. But the thing is the original manifold is a literally like structured plastic.
Yeah.
Cubed plastic. So it's just plastic upon plastic upon plastic. We're trying to do our part to change that and make power and have fun. So that's really what this accomplishes. Car was built for fun, lifestyle look, street build, but we're gonna take it to the next level with the power. We already got the CSF manifold ready. So DME is gonna go out to Femto, gonna be on lock. We're gonna work with Kerry Jordan at Jordan Tune, so we can get the max power from 93 octane fuel, which is around 600 to the wheel. Then we'll do an ethanol analyzer, ethanol E40, so we can make high sixes, 680, 690. Really, to get to the 750, 800 land, we gotta do pure turbos. We need to do maybe port injection, port meth, stuff like that. We're gonna take it step by step, because he has 38 cars now. The 39th and 40th are being built at BMW. They might be cars with this same motor, so we'll just have to see. You guys just have to stay tuned. Okay guys, so that wraps up phase 2 of the G80. It's really important that you guys reach out with questions, make those comments, suggest other videos, ask questions about the car. I do this every day. It's my life. I'm at the shop. Call me if you have questions, reach out to our team. We have all the parts on the website. We have all the parts in our build. We have messaging on the site. Just hit us up. We want to answer your questions. We want to help. We want to help you build your G80, build your M2, any BMW, classic or new. If you want to buy a car, it goes to this guy.
I'm Drew, and I don't do this every day. But on a serious note, you can hit me up at studiopsi.com, studiocars.com. Goes to the same place. We work together on all this stuff. I trust him with all of my cars. That's important for everybody to know. If you got any questions on market caps, values of a car, research on a car, production on a car, let me know. Hugs and kisses. See you, bye.